Go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you going to blame the defense?
I got the pound. Screw green bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
And that's the other part of it, is the people are insanely jealous of this show. This show gets the best of the best, and it does a different way, with positivity.
He scores!
Ow, my head. No, come on.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk thumbs, boys and girls.
Freeze frame.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Green Bean.
Welcome to Talkin' Jets. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your pilot tonight. I am joined alongside my lovely co-pilots. I've got Mr. Green Bean to my this way. I got Mr. Matt O'Leary to my that way. Green Bean, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right. This is the most fun we can have, man. We got the doom and gloom. I only see 3 victories, and then you got the, dude, this is clearly 13 wins. I love it. This is the best. I love speculation. I love hypothesizing with everybody, so I'm in a good mood.
O'Leary, how you doing tonight?
It's schedule release day. I am pumped up. My allergies are still kicking my ass, and my voice is like barely here right now, but I'm going to power through to talk some Jets football with you boys.
I love it. Boys and girls, make sure you hit that like button on your way in. It goes a long way towards letting people know that this is a show worth watching. We're going to go through our schedule predictions from a win-loss perspective. We're going to go through the entire thing. We'll show you the whole leaked schedule. It appears like it's 100% all correct. I don't know if did they do the official release at 8? Like, did they actually drop it, or is it coming out slowly?
They did it. They did. The whole schedule is out. We hit at 100%. Again, baby, with the leak.
This is 2 years in a row we get the leak right out in the open. Oh, yep, I see it right there. So I'll use... Should we use the paper as our graphic? I guess we could use the actual graphic as our graphic. But we'll go through our schedule predictions for win-loss total, talk about some of the games, thoughts, processes, and whatnot. Make sure you keep that week 1 game in the back of your mind right now versus the Steelers. We think, pending everything kind of coming out with the group buy and whatnot, we think that's going to be the date we're going to choose, that home opener versus the Steelers, September 7th. We've got a big surprise for the day before, so we're going to have a whole weekend of stuff going on, so we're really looking forward to it. But as we get confirmation on that, we'll kind of let you guys know throughout. For every 10 likes we get on this video, we're going to pick a qualifier for our t-shirt, jersey, mug, eggs, pillow giveaway at the end of this stream. So make sure you hit that like button and help support what we're doing. But without further ado, let's go over to the schedule. This is the leaked one. Let's get a little more official, and we'll drag the Jets
nice
one over.
graphic.
Nice little. Let's see if it'll hate me right now. Here we go. Just gotta shrink it down. All right, so we got the official schedule. This was posted from the New York Jets, so it was the same schedule that we saw on that piece of paper that was just up a little bit ago. So, guys, we're going to go through it, just talk a little bit about it, little by little. Before we go through the schedule line by line, I guess I'll throw it to you, Matt, first. What are your thoughts opening week 1 at home versus the Steelers? You think they might be banking on some quarterback being over there this year?
Yeah, I think, you know what? If Aaron Rodgers was officially a Pittsburgh Steeler, I bet this game would have been the Monday night game. But as we know, Aaron Rodgers is still mulling over his decisions. Maybe at this rate, September 6th, maybe we'll have our answer on that Saturday before whether he's going to play or not. I'm not holding my breath, but I like that they're opening at home. Pittsburgh's always a tough team, and their fans travel well, so I would expect a lot of Steelers fans in the building. But if Rodgers isn't there, you're looking at, Will Howard or Mason Rudolph as the starting quarterback in that game. So I get it. People always look at Pittsburgh as, the big bad Steelers, but with their roster right now, I think it's a winnable game in week 1. It's a tough game, right? Like, Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin always has the team playing tough, but I think it's one that, it should be a good opportunity for Aaron Glenn and his team to come out there and hopefully make a statement.
Bean, your thoughts on the Week 1 home opener versus the Steelers?
Yeah, it's funny, they're definitely they're hoping, they're banking on Aaron Rodgers signing with the Steelers. It would be really funny if he doesn't, if he just decides to say, you know what, I'm not doing this. Like, they're not going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Although if he plays well, I mean, they got a great defense. You got DK Metcalf, you know what I mean? So who knows? But as far as us winning it, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's it's a home game. I'm happy about that. I like to start at home. Use that crowd. The energy of the home. Crowd and everything. But I don't know. The Steelers, like we're trying to piece it together. But this is the kind of game that I do like getting early because everybody is still kind of feeling it out. Look, they're going to have a new quarterback no matter how you slice it. So that takes a minute. So it might be good to get them early when they're still not 100% together. Maybe we can win. I think, like Matt said, it's a game that I don't feel miserable about. But I always hate playing the Steelers.
Yeah, there's definitely more of a PTSD thing for me with the Steelers because of their historic, way they've played overall, of course, across the regular season. But I agree. Week 1, I think, could be winnable, even with Rodgers at the helm over in Pittsburgh. And look, them coming here, like being said, new quarterback, they're going to have to figure it all out. Jets might have a little bit of something to say. So hopefully we come out with a little bit of piss and vinegar and really shake them up. I'd love to see the Jets send 4 guys and just like get to Rodgers consistently. And if you can't get the pressure that fast, send the house. I don't care. Just make him uncomfortable, make him move off his mark. Jets are going to have a shot at that point. Blitz Crew comes in and says, we're going to Jets Steelers this year. JJ, Will McDonald, Quinnen giving Aaron another 1-game season. Hit those thumbs.
Wow.
Milk thumbs.
Blitz Crew is out for blood. That's what he's thinking. So yes, boys and girls, we are, I'll put a little text box up there for those guys that are just tuning in. I'll just say group by. Helpful if I click the text button.
Obviously, we haven't secured tickets yet, but the plan is for opening day for all of us to be out there.
Yeah, it's going to be
great.
great.
It would be a lot of fun to do that one. Get the little Rodgers experiment out of the way. Not experiment.
Yeah, and I looked at the
trauma.
weather. It's going to be a better day than last year, it looks like.
Oh, that's good.
Is it hard? It's not hard to be better than last year, man.
No, last year sucked. Our weather for the group buy for Jets Broncos was just, it was like, oh yeah, there's a chance of rain the entire day, nonstop, no letting up. And you're not going to see did we see it? I don't think we saw a touchdown.
No.
Nope. Oh, that was brutal.
I never see a touchdown. I haven't seen a touchdown in fucking, I'm telling you. I 2015, I think. I might have seen one since.
That is
crazy.
I got lucky last year. I went to the Jets Patriots game and saw like the most exciting game we had of the year. It was nice to get a win. And then I thought we were on top of the world, and we felt pretty hard after that.
Yes, we did.
Let's see if I can get my arrow pulled up. This one's right. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, that looks good.
See, doing a little. That way people know what we're talking about. We're going to do an arrow for each game that we talk about. But we'll keep the box around
our group buy.
The group buy. Oh, we see Mr. Nick Shine joining the OnlyFans. Of course you'd be joining OnlyFans, Nick.
Oh, that just makes so much sense.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Nick and Jeremy were the 2 guys in our video last year for the draft that took their shirts off. I mean, we got to have them on OnlyFans. That's what it's got to be.
You got to pull up his comment. You got to pull up his comment that he put in. There you go.
Not my first OnlyFans subscription, but it will be my sexiest one. You're damn right.
Amen, brother.
Check it out. Free show, baby.
Whoa.
That was a little taste. Join the OnlyFans. Then you see the toes. Start breaking it out.
Oh boy.
All right. So let's give our record predictions as we go through game by. Actually, you know what? Before we give the record predictions, is there anything that sort of jumps out at you guys? First glance of the schedule. We'll obviously talk about this throughout the course of the the night, going little by little here. But anything that jumps off the page. I think
this jumps right off. It's music to Mr. O'Leary's ears.
Oh,
music to mine. 13, count 'em, 1 o'clock games with the potential for a 14th. Mwah! Oh, hey, I sprinkle the salt all over the pizza. That's how I feel. With fucking 13, 1 o'clock, right where we belong. What have we done to get 7 primetime games? What is this? 13, 1 o'clock games with a TBD at the end. I predict that's a 14th 1 o'clock game. I'm filled with delight looking at the schedule. Pops right out at me, Ryan.
Want to acknowledge Dylan for joining the OnlyFans. Dylan got excited. He saw, my nipples and then heard feet, and he was like, "Bam, got to join it." Thank you, Dylan.
Dylan started his own YouTube channel today, so go subscribe.
I never got back to you, Dylan. Oh, I'm a douchebag, dude. I'm so sorry, Dylan. I cannot believe I didn't get back to you, brother. I've been up to my ears, man. But I'm sorry, but congrats.
It's his name, the account that he commented with.
Oh, Dylan, starting a YouTube channel. Good stuff, Dylan.
Yeah, congrats, buddy.
So looking at the schedule, I'll tell you right now, I like how the schedule sort of presents itself through the bye. Steelers week 1, I don't mind. Bills week 2 at home, I don't mind, that early in the season. Then we get 2 games back-to-back in Florida with Tampa and Miami. And then we get Dallas back at home for us. Then we go overseas to London for the Bronco game, technically a home game for the New York Jets. And then back home for the Panthers. And then after that, we go to Cincinnati. And then we hit the bye. So, relatively speaking, aside from, traveling to London, which the Broncos obviously are going to have to do as well, we're not doing a whole lot of moving around the country. When the farthest west, actually, we're not even, the only time zone we're changing is to go to London. That is the only time zone that changes in that first half of the schedule.
Oh, first. Okay. First half.
Yeah. No, after that, I think we've got maybe New Orleans. Is that the only one?
I was going to say, I think it's only New Orleans.
Yeah. I think New Orleans is an hour different, but it's kind of right on that line. So I'd have to look. JMO comes in and says, Ryan told me we're going to London this year. So JMO flew out from Colorado last year to come see the Broncos-Jets game in the pouring rain. It was miserable. I laughed at him when he texted me this. I was like, this is not happening. I'm not going to London for the Broncos game. It's going to hurt. But JMO, get that Steelers game on your calendar. September 7th. That's going to be the plan. NY Kershaw says Saints is a different time zone. Okay. So boom.
Yeah, we're not a time zone guy, not a math podcast. We do our best here.
Yeah, we don't try to pretend that we're super smart or anything like that when it comes to things non-football, and even things that are football I'm not overly confident about because we're pretty optimistic this time of year. I'm curious to see where our win-loss records come out to at this point, how we're feeling based on how teams' free agents went, the free agents they lost, the free agents they gained, how their draft went, and then obviously we got a whole lot that could still happen between now and week 1 with injuries, with additions, cuts, everything like that. So this is a very, very rough outline for what we're kind of thinking here. But we're going to go through this. We'll give our thoughts. So actually, Matt, I didn't throw it to you. Any additional thoughts on the schedule before we go over the win-losses? Anything that jumps out at you?
So I'm half happy with my extras. I wanted a lot of 1 o'clock games and I got that. I was hoping for a November 23rd late start, but it's a 1 o'clock start because that's the day after the wedding. But I could live with 1 o'clock. I just didn't want the 9:30 a.m. London game. But Taylor's bridal shower is the week that we play on Monday night against the Dolphins. So my Sunday He's in the clear that day because I was sweating. You know, you got to show up and bring flowers at the end, the whole thing. And she was doing it on Sunday, and I was like, on that Sunday, I'm fucking great. I'm gonna have to leave for the Jets game. How do I get out of this? I don't think I can get out of this, but now this is no longer a fear that I have. So that's the only additional note that I have.
That works out great. And actually, before your wedding, we have the Thursday night football game. So you got a nice little 10-day break. You could do your, your any recap videos Thursday, Friday, and then have a little bit more, lead up to the wedding.
Exactly. So I'll be good. I'll be good.
I love it. Very, very happy with kind of how this came out. We knew the teams were playing, but didn't know the order and whatnot. Jay Quest comes in and says, I took my 7-year-old to the Broncos game for his first game. He never wants to go again, and I don't blame him. That was the worst ever. That was one of the worst games I've ever watched. Like both from like an on the field play and just the elements overall. Like just a miserable, miserable time.
Truth. That was my daughter's first game. And she was like, why do you do this? Like, what's fun about this? Like, she didn't get it. She was like, she was so excited to go and be a part of it and the whole thing. And, it was like raining. She's sitting in the car. Then we go stand in the rain and watch bullshit, fucking boring ass football. No scoring, no excitement. She was like, did we stay the whole thing? Did we stay till the end? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
How this works.
We're bums.
Blitzkrieg says, happy we don't have a Peacock
thing.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Blitzkrieg comes in and says, happy we don't have a Peacock game this year, and we have a Week 9 bye. Also, we don't have 3 games within 10 days again. Where's T-Go? Yeah,
there we
nice
go.
not to have the 3 games in 10 days. I guess the biggest stretch we have would be it would be that Browns game, then the Thursday night game, then the Ravens game, I guess. That would be like the closest run of games we have. So that's 3 games in like, what is that? Math. 14 days? That's like more your normal stuff. That's all right. Eric, thank you so much for the 20 spot. Matt, could you please put in the live chat a freeze? We'll do a little poll. Who you wanna freeze? Eric says, no Sunday night with Chris Collinsworth is excellent. When it comes to that doofus, the proper disposition for him is the Joe Pesci scene at the end of Casino. Oh, how I miss the days of Charlie Jones and Jim Simpson. I will be honest, I've never seen Casino, so this is a
good movie.
I know. I'm bad at my some movies that I have. So it goes over my head, unfortunately. But look, I'm okay with no Sunday night football. We get our one obligated Thursday night football. We have our London London standalone game, week 6, and then we have the Monday night football game versus the Dolphins. No home night games for us this year, and I'm okay with that. Matt, any issues with not being on Sunday night football this year?
I'm happy as a clam that they don't have to play on Sunday night.
Sunday night sucks.
We are in agreement. Ben comes in and says, hell yeah, bringing my girlfriend to her first Jets game for the opener. Can't wait to see you guys. Ben,
let's go.
It's not official yet because we haven't gotten we haven't officially been able to make our selection of game, but more than likely it will be that Steelers game. We look forward to seeing you guys there. We're going to have a special guest with us at 9:00 tonight that's going to talk a little bit about the Jets away games, the Jets home games. You guys know him, Tailgate Joe is going to be joining us, give us a little insight into what he might be cooking up for the home opener and whatnot. But we are excited to get into this. So let's rip through some of these games real quick. Group by day, Jets Steelers. The Talkin' Jets crew has yet to witness a win with all 3 of us in the building. Is this the year we break that? Bean, I'll throw it to you first.
I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. You know what I hope? I hope Justin Fields is super crazy motivated. I don't give 2 shits if he throws for 1 yard and rushes for fucking 3 touchdowns. I you know what I mean? I don't care. If Justin Fields can show something in somewhat of a revenge game, use his legs and all that sort of stuff and just get us to that damn touchdown, that end zone, and we win this game, I will be elated. Elated. I've been going to that building for 10 years without a victory. I'm telling you, I might have seen one touchdown. It's crazy, dude. Every game I go to is like one of the worst games of the entire season. It's crazy. And like you said, I'd really like to be able to hug you guys, maybe high five. Have we high fived?
I don't know if we've had a high fiveable moment in any of these group buys yet.
You know what we did? We high fived when we got our first roughing the passer penalty in 2 years.
That was great.
It.
The crowd roared, and everyone's like, "What is going on?" Like the Chargers fans had no idea. We're like, "Yeah, we did it.
We did it. We did it." That's how much the fucking NFL hates us. But yeah, that was the only worthy, like high five worthy moment in all the games we've gone to together. It's crazy.
So, Bean, this is a win for you, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. 1-0, baby.
1-0 to start. O'Leary, what do we think in week 1?
I have the script. Ready? I had the schedule. Now I have the script. Whatever the under is on this game, bet the under. It's going to be tied 13-13. The Jets will have an opportunity to hit a game-winning field goal. It won't be Greg Zuerlein, and this year they hit it. So a 16-13 Jets win in week 1. We get our redemption.
Well, you know what? I was going to be a Debbie Downer. It can't happen today. We're going 3 for 3, baby. We're getting a victory versus the Steelers week 1. So make sure you're hanging out with us for that night. And, man, get excited because we have something planned for the day before as well. We move down to week 2, Jets versus Buffalo. I'll get mine out of the way real quick. This is going to be a loss. I'm not seeing a win versus the Bills, unfortunately. Matt, your thoughts?
The Bills are always tough. I don't like this matchup. Not a whole lot else to say. Chalk this one up as a loss.
Bean, what say you?
I just want to say congrats to Matt O'Leary for being a qualifier. That's now so far. Talkin Jets and Matt O'Leary have both been entered into the drawing. It's crazy. This is gonna be brutal. This game, we don't have it for the Bills, and they had a great offseason. I mean, you look at what the Bills did this offseason, including the draft, and it's just like, man, somebody who gets it. You know what I mean? Somebody who gets it. Strong defensive tackle draft. Take a couple defensive tackles. Get the wide receivers. You know what I mean? It just makes so much sense. Get the pass rusher. It just, I don't know. They were better than us before, and I feel like they've bolstered themselves very well. I think it would be a miracle to win this game.
All right. So we are all kind of in agreement with the first 2 weeks of the season. 1-1s across the board. Matt, I feel as though I have lost the poll by a sizable margin.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm going to move this down to week 3, and I'm going to let you guys discuss, and I'm going to freeze myself. Jets Bucks away.
All right. Bean, I don't like this game for the Jets against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won the division the past couple of years, even when I thought they would take a step down. After losing Tom Brady, Baker Mayfield has rejuvenated the Buccaneers in Florida, in the heat, 1 o'clock game. This looks like a loss for me. Where are you at with this one?
I agree with you, buddy. It's a shame to say it. I think we can maybe compete with them a little bit. Like, I don't look at them as a juggernaut or anything, but I think that they outclass us. It's a shame because this is one of the games you'd like to be able to squeak out a win. If you're planning on this season being anything, this is one of those games, and I just don't see it. Look, you can beat anybody any week, right? But I think that we're going to be going into coming out of this one with a fat L on our foreheads.
Yeah, I am in agreement. I don't see the Jets winning this game. I think I've always really liked Baker Mayfield. I think he is, a really good quarterback, and I don't know if the Jets are going to be able to keep up with the amount of points that I think that team could score. We're going to have to keep games close. I think we're probably looking at like an average weekly score of right around 20 points, on the lower end of the spectrum. So gotta hope our defense stands out. But I'm going to say 1-2 going through the first 3 weeks of the season. Blitz Crew drops in with a comment. He says, thoughts on Quincy Avery on Justin Fields. What did Quincy Avery say, and what is he talking about here?
I believe Quincy Avery is Justin Fields' quarterback coach.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
very positive review on.
Tell him what he said, Matt.
I don't. You're gonna have to fill in.
He said, I'll paraphrase, but he did say he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year.
Okay.
Or top quarterbacks in the league. So he said some stuff people don't know. People are looking at him the wrong way, all those kinds of things. But he said he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You watch.
I would love nothing more.
We've heard that kind of.
Nania had a pretty
too.
decent article out about could Justin Fields have like a Jalen Hurts style turnaround, and it got me excited. I hope so. Hurts was not very good coming into the league, and obviously, won a Super Bowl this past year. Justin Fields, if you buy into the offensive play style of Fields and you don't try to make him do something that he's not, who knows? Maybe we could turn it around. We've seen a bunch of former Jet quarterbacks go on to have success elsewhere. Why can't we catch a little lightning in a bottle? That's what I say. Jacob comes in and says, what's up with the group buy? Will y'all purchase some tickets and then we buy them from you? Yes, that's how that's going to work. We're going to do, they're going to send us the group buy pricing and everything like that. We're going to put together a package. We'll decide where in the stadium we're going to wind up sitting based on what options we have available to us. I know we're picking pretty early on the list. I think we are the earliest of our ticket reps list of names. So we should have a pretty good opportunity to get the game we want and the section we want. So we'll kind of keep you guys in the loop. Hang in there. Make sure you follow us on all socials. So make sure you follow Matt O'Leary on Twitter, Green Bean Jets fan on Twitter, myself, Jets Talk 24/7 on Twitter, and then obviously all our channels on YouTube. We'll post that everywhere. Blast it out. This tonight's show is going to be the last of our Talkin' Jets shows for until the end of July. We might do some shows here and there, maybe like a once a month kind of thing to fulfill some obligations, but by and large, we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus, kind of give ourselves the mental reset after a long off season and season in general. So make sure you guys are subscribed to all of us to make sure you get the most up-to-date information. Tickets will be available on talkinjets.com when we know all our information.
Let me say this. I look at Jalen Hurts as like a strong quarterback, right? He's strong, big, strong. Justin Fields is taller and 4 pounds heavier than him. Yeah. I look at Justin Fields as kind of a tween. I don't know why. I look at him as thin and lanky.
Fields?
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised.
Really?
I just have him in my brain as like lankier. But he's actually bigger than Jalen Hurts.
It's like a running back.
Slightly.
I mean, he's definitely like watching his game versus Trevor Lawrence in the was it the national title game, or was it might have been the game before the national title game? Really impressive. Just like will bully over linebackers and stuff. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. Obviously we haven't seen a full season from him in any of his stops, so got to have a little bit of Tyrod Taylor insurance, I think. But
yeah.
I'm liking it.
Anyway, I thought he was thinner than that. So that's nice. That makes me happy.
Peter comes in and says, what sucks is after the Bills week 2, the next CBS 1:00 game is not until week 8. Weird, no 4 p.m. games. I would say 7 or 8 wins, hoping for one upset versus the Bills. So CBS is what he's talking. I don't really care about CBS. I don't think CBS does a really good job at like airing the games anyway. So we've got Fox on week 3, Monday Night Football on ESPN, week 4. I like the Fox lineup. I think graphics wise and like announcer wise, they tend to do a pretty solid job. So no issues there from me. Matt, any thoughts on not having any CBS games in there or no 4?
Listen, man, I love the no 4. Give me the 1. That's my favorite. but I'm a CBS diehard. It's just nostalgic for me when that little intro starts. Oh, it gets me fired up. So I'm with Peter. That is a little strange.
Bean, what are you thinking about the no CBS games for a stretch after week 2?
Well, you know, it's a funny thing because I live stream the games, right? So I have to have I've gotten NFL copyright shit for them hearing the sound, the audio. So I have it on silent. So I don't give two shits. What I can tell you is I hate CBS because they don't show replays when I want them. I'm like, what are, like, they're showing some lady on the sideline. She's like, did you know that Robert Sala's favorite snack food is popcorn and kettle corn? And I'm like, show the fucking replay. Like, so I just find CBS to be maddening in that regard. It's very consistent with them. But as far as announcers, dude, every announcer sucks. You know what I mean? Like they have to talk for 3 hours about what you're staring at. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got like some guys are, informationally better. Remember that time when Tony Romo like predicted like every play that he's like, oh, this is this. And he like, he would see the lineup. He's like, watch, this is going to be this. That was interesting, but you don't see that much. But I think all announcers are dog shit, quite frankly. I mean, it's like, but anyway, I don't notice anyway, because I'm on silent. I'm just listening to fucking Jets chaos complain.
No.
Listen to some bitching and moaning by Jeremy over there. See you guys talking in the chat about the Knicks. Knicks are down by 2 on my screen, unless something has happened, which 67-69 with 9 minutes to go in the third. Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah, let me put it on. I don't watch basketball anymore. Let me put it on. It looks exciting.
Yeah, it's been a good series so far.
Yeah.
It's a shame Tatum tore his Achilles. Dude, he's going to be out for probably all of next year.
Yeah, wow.
I'd feel bad, but we went through that, and they at least got a championship last year and are in the playoffs when they tore their Achilles, where we lost it before anything magically could happen. So they can kick rocks.
Hey, no one else is watching Leafs Panthers right now with me. Florida's up 3-0 in this game. You don't care about playoff hockey in the chat?
No. So Blitz Crew says that Quincy Avery was Hurts and Mahomes' quarterback coach. So that could mean a little bit more than we're giving it credit for.
I like it. It makes me feel good. I'll take it. I'm going to buy in. I'm changing my record. 3-0, baby. We go to the Dolphins. Monday Night Football on the road in Miami. Matt, your thoughts?
Okay. I think the Jets split with the Dolphins this year. So I'm going to spoil another one of my predictions with this prediction. I think they get the early one, though, this year. I think they win on the road in Miami. I think they get themselves to 2-2. I don't know. Miami's a weird team to me. I think they took a little bit of a step back, but they always seem to play the Jets really hard. So I'll say they split with Miami this year. They take the September game, though.
Ooh, I like that. Bean, what are you thinking about the first Miami game on the road, Monday Night Football?
I'm with it. We travel well to Miami. I might find an excuse in September to go down there. As you guys know, that was my home base for 15 years. I got lots of friends down there. I got an invite just today. Just my buddy just said to me today, dude, you ever need a spot, you could just come down here, whatever. So that might be it might be a reason for me to go down to Miami and get back in that stadium. As I've told you guys, I went to every Jets game down there. That was the one game of the year that I went to for 10, 12 years. It's where my son saw his first game. So I've been in there when it was half and half Jets and Miami Dolphins fans. I've been in that stadium when it was 2/3 Jets fans. So it's one of those games where I think, like Matt said, we can pull off early. The only thing is Miami tends to play hot early on. Like they last few years under McDaniel, they've been a late season fizzle fest. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what they were. They look like they're one of the best offenses in the league and all that kind of shit. They got weapons galore, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We're going to have to see what Aaron Glenn brings, but I think this is a game that we can legitimately win. I really think so. So I'm going to say win here.
I'm trying to figure out if I could find the Dolphins schedule. Okay. So I got it. They're playing the Bills week 3 on Thursday Night Football. So they're going to be coming in with a little bit of extra time. They're going to have, 11 days leading up to the Jets game. They are on the road versus the Bills. So then they come back. Man, I hope we can catch them sleeping. That would be kind of nice. Maybe a little letdown game for them. So, Bean, you had said a win for the Jets.
Yeah.
Early on. Let's do that. We'll go all the way around. We'll do a 2-2,
Nice.
round it out through 4 weeks of the season. Blitz Crew comes in. He says, when the show is over, going to watch Quincy Avery Effect on Hulu. Coached Fields, Mahomes, Hurts, Stroud, and Love. For the love of Mahomes and our field. It hurts that we're I tried to make a word with all of it, make a sentence with all the names. It didn't really work. Stroud is hard to throw in there. That's okay. I'm going to have to start watching it. I like it. All right. We're going to week 5. Home versus the Cowboys. Bean, how you feeling?
Let's see. So we're 2-2 on my board here, and we're heading home. We just did 2 weeks in South Florida, and we're heading home. We're 2-2. The crowd is into it. We believe. I think we take it.
Ooh.
Dallas can suck it. How's that?
Matt, where your head at for the Dallas game?
I have this one as a loss. I think Dallas will be better this year. Brian Schottenheimer revenge game coming up. I always forget that he's the Dallas Cowboys head coach, but I think if Dak's healthy, they'll be better this year. I think this one's a loss.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. I don't think the Jets are going to wind up winning this game. I think the Cowboys are just going to be a little too much offensive firepower than the Jets will be able to keep up with. And I don't know. I'd love to see a win, but I just can't predict that at this point in time until the Jets prove otherwise. Who knows? Maybe by the time week 3 rolls around, we're like, okay, we're clicking on all cylinders, and the Cowboys look like they're stumbling, and that could change. But right now, I'm going to say that's going to be a loss. We go to Jets Broncos across the pond over in London. I do think that the Broncos are trending up across the board, but West Coast teams or Western-ish time zone teams coming East Coast generally don't fare well, and they're going even further east than they would otherwise normally go. So I'm going to give this win, while I like the Broncos this year, and I think it's going to be a hard game. I'm going to give us, we're going to go 3-3 through the first 6 weeks of the season. Matt, throw it to you. What do you think about Jets Broncos in London?
I don't like this game for the Jets. I really don't. They are traveling to London, which is something they don't normally do well. They lost to this team last year in an ugly game that we all sat through. I think Bo Nix will be better in year 2 than he was in year 1. I think this is going to be a loss.
Bean, your thoughts?
We're home in London.
Home in London.
We're getting beat up in London. That's what we don't win over there. So we haven't. I don't think we've won one yet, right? Yeah, this is a loss.
Eric comes in and says, been wanting to meet you boys. Would love to fly out for the home opener. Green Bean, any plans for the days before the game? Yes, Eric.
Well, I will say yes, but I will defer to, let's give it to Matt O'Leary. He's the detail-oriented fella on this one, you think, right, Ryan?
Yeah, he's detail-oriented. I don't know if we announced what we're doing.
Are we allowed?
Yet? I don't know. Matt, you can guide us through this if we are.
Yeah, well, it's definitely happening. So we can say it, but we don't know who the headliner is for the day. So let's do this. So during the draft, one of our sponsors for night 1 was Bezara, which is a music festival happening in New Jersey. It's a 2-day festival. Day 1 is the Saturday before the home opener, so on September 6th. And all 3 of us will be doing a live show there. So we'll have, when tickets go on sale, we'll have a link for where you could buy a ticket to the event. And part of Saturday's festivities is we'll be doing a live show. So you can come hang out with us. We'll be there throughout the day. We'll do, a show there. The guy who's putting the festival together, Derek, I did a couple watch parties last year from his restaurant, the Beach Gallery. Huge Jets fan. He has season tickets, so I'm sure he'll be going to the Steelers game the next day. But he's working on getting a former Jet there too. That hasn't been confirmed. One of the bands that's playing is Vertical Horizon. I believe they're the Sunday headliner, still working on the Saturday headliner. But yes, the day before we'll be in Jersey. We'll be doing a live Jets pod there, so you can come hang out with us, enjoy some good music down on the beach in Jersey.
Yeah, we were talking about possibly doing an after party too that night. That would be a lot of fun. So once we get all the details really ironed out, we know officially our group buy and whatnot, but plan for that home opener weekend for a lot of fun with the Talkin' Jets crew. Jets fans going to be rolling deep. This is a Fields revenge game, not a Rodgers revenge game. All right. We move to the Panthers, week 7. I don't feel good about the Panthers. I feel like they are starting to trend up. Yeah, it irks me to say that because I'm not a huge Bryce Young fan at all, but I feel like they played some of the tougher teams in the league pretty tough last year, and I don't get the warm and fuzzies here. I'm gonna chalk this one up for a loss for the Jets. Bean, we'll go to you. Jets Panthers.
We're going to kick the living shit out of the Panthers. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Attaboy.
At home, bring it. Bring your 4'7" quarterback. Let's fucking rock and roll, man.
Matt, your thoughts?
I'm with Bean. I think they take care of business. I know Bryce Young was better in the second half of last season. It seemed like the benching worked for him, so I'm happy. I don't want to see, a bust. That's always sad. But I do think it's a good matchup for the Jets. I think, Steve Wilkes is the perfect defensive coordinator you want for a young quarterback. I think they'll blitz the living shit out of him. And I think he'll have a tough game. And I think the Jets win this one.
I like it. Jets Bengals on the road before the bye. Sorry, boys and girls. Again, their defense isn't very good, but I am not optimistic. I'm going 3-5 heading into the bye. Matt, your thoughts?
I also have the Jets 3-5 going into the bye week. Cincy, another team that didn't make the playoffs last year. Injuries played a factor in it. I know the defense isn't where it needs to be yet, but I still think they're a much improved team. And if Burrow's healthy on the road in Cincinnati, tough matchup, loss.
Bean, Cincinnati.
I'm right there. I think we lose. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, too much.
Damn. Bye week. Coming up after week 8. Kind of nice. It's wouldn't be bad to have this in a season that we were hoping to kind of make the playoffs here. But you know what? Not a bad time to kind of get your thoughts back in action or not thoughts back in action, but get yourself sort of reset, reflect on how the first 8 games of the season went. You're still in contention. Hopefully the AFC isn't going too crazy and you got a little bit more of a shot here. We are going to go to, let's see, just flipping my arrow around real quick. Up here, coming out of the bye, Jets home game, Jets Browns. Jets going to win this one. I don't think they got a quarterback over there in Cleveland. I would love to see Shador be the quarterback and the Jets just beat the ever-loving snot out of them. I say 4-5 coming out of the bye. Matt, your thoughts?
I'm with you, 4-5. I think the Jets get the victory. I was kind of hoping the Jets would open against the Browns. There was that rumor floating around that they would. I want a cupcake to get us started here, but a cupcake coming out of the bye, that's not half as bad either. So I think the Jets win that one.
Bean, Jets Browns.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think we go into Cleveland and or no, they're coming here. Yeah, I think we take care of business against the Browns. I'm not afraid of them. They got nothing. They're over there. They already have a quarterback. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know what the hell they did this year. But yep, I think we beat them.
Jets Patriots on the road, Thursday night football. I've said this before. I think the Patriots got a lot better. I think they're really well coached. This game's coming a little too late in the season for my liking. I think they're going to have ironed out some of the kinks that come with a young quarterback that come with a new coaching staff. I have the Jets losing this game on short rest against the Patriots. Matt, or actually, let's go Bean. Your thoughts on Patriots?
Yeah, I'm right with you, dude. I think I'm watching the Patriots do everything I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm watching them do it. Now, as always, I'm hoping we got the juice. You know what I mean? But I think they have a great coaching staff. I think they've improved. They have a young quarterback that looks pretty good to me. Somebody they can build, into an NFL caliber quarterback. I just, like you said, Ryan, this is enough time where they can get their legs underneath them. It's going to be rough. I think we lose.
Matt,
sad to say.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I look at the Patriots on the road, short week. They're gonna be better coached this year with Vrabel. I'm gonna spoil another one of my things. I think the Jets split with the Pats this year, but they're not beating them on the road in a short week.
Go down to Baltimore. In Baltimore, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We are going to have a bad time. we're going to lose versus Baltimore. Matt, your thoughts?
I'm going to be very hungover and tired for this game, and I'll probably sleep through the second half when they're down 20. Jets lose.
Bean, we're coming off Matt's wedding.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm hoping this isn't one of those games that we see 50 plus. You know what I mean? On us. They're going to beat the living shit out of us.
All right. So not optimistic for the Ravens game. What about those other birds, the Dirty Birds going down in Atlanta? Jets. Actually, Atlanta's coming to the Jets week 13. I think they could be a winnable game. I'm not sure what to make of Penix. They still have Kirk Cousins on the roster, but I don't think he's actually going to be there by the time this game is played. Rookie quarterback, can we take advantage of it? I don't know.
Let me just say, this is why I don't watch sports. I put the Knicks on. I want to jump into the excitement. I've seen 0 points, and the Celtics are on like a 13, 14-point run.
Dude, the Knicks have been down like 20 points in like every game and have come screaming back to win.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is bullshit. I'm already mad. I haven't watched in 10 years. I'm pissed.
It's crap.
I can't.
They want to take this. They want to take the series at home next game. That's what they're thinking.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, all right. Get in there. There you go. There's a bucket. Break the damn monotony. Okay.
All right. So let's see. Jets, Falcons, Ulbrich revenge game. I don't think Ulbrich's a very good coach.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the Jets. We're gonna go 5-7 going into that, coming out of that Atlanta game. Matt, your thoughts?
I'm gonna say win. I think the Jets beat the Falcons. I don't think it'll be pretty necessarily, but I don't know what this Atlanta team is. I like Michael Penix. I think there's some upside, but I know they spent a lot of draft capital on the defense. I don't know if it's going to be quite there yet, though.
Bean, what about you? Jets, Falcons.
We beat the Falcons. I'm confident in it. I'm with you. I don't think Ulbrich's very good. He's going to take a hard look. You know what I mean? That's about it.
Take a hard look at those Jets.
His son, dude. I can't even believe that shit's real.
Horrible.
That's crazy. I'd be so embarrassed if I was Ulbrich. And like, what sucks is that kid's probably never getting a job in the NFL if that was a dream of his. He probably would have had an opportunity if it were not for that. Stupid. Eric pops in and says, I'll bet the Pats beat us on a field goal because they drafted a kicker. That's going to be how it goes down. The kicker we should have drafted. Not that I necessarily wanted that kicker or whatever, but because we didn't draft a kicker, that'll be why it all goes down. We'll see. We've got Jets Dolphins. This is the home game for Jets Fins. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a loss for us. I don't think the Jets are getting the win versus the Dolphins, unfortunately, even with them traveling up in cold weather. I'm saying it's a loss. Bean, Jets Dolphins.
December 7th. We're beating them. We're sweeping the Dolphins. Sick of it.
I like the
Beating the
optimism. Matt, where are you at?
Yeah, I have the Jets splitting with the Dolphins. So I had them winning the first game. They'll lose this one at home. So loss.
We're going down to Jacksonville. Week 15, 1 o'clock. That team should be a lot better than they are. They've been pretty crappy the last little bit and underperforming. I think they do finally start to turn it around, even though their coach and their GM are super cringy. I think they figure out a way to do it. Jets lose. Jets are 5-9 after week 15. Bean, your thoughts? Jets, Jaguars.
Well, you know, the Jaguars are going to Jaguar. But I mean, I think they're, you know, I don't know. They have all kinds of good stuff, but it's like they're 12-14, day before I turned 53 years old. Loss.
Matt, your thoughts?
I'm with both of you guys on this one. I think this is a loss. I think they got better in the draft. You know, they gave up a lot to go up and get Travis Hunter, but if Trevor Lawrence is healthy and they're throwing the ball around the yard to Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., it's going to be a long day.
Got Jets Saints. Saints quarterback Derek Carr has officially, I think he's officially retired. I know they were saying he's going to retire. I don't know if the paperwork's actually been put in or not. I don't care who their quarterback's going to be. Jets are getting the win. 6-9, baby. Heading into Christmas. Matt, your thoughts? Jets Saints on the road.
Jets put Tyler Shuck in a body bag. Jets win.
Yeah, there you go. I'm with it.
Like it. Bean getting up there. He's up to 8-7.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy with my season here. I'll take this. I'll find another victory at the end here.
This is impressive. Jets Patriots. Like I said, I am not optimistic versus these Patriot games. I think the Jets are going to have a really hard time. If we get one win in the division this year, I think I could totally see it. So I'm going to say Jets lose this one. Home closer, ending the season at home against the Patriots. Jets 6-10 going into the final week of the season. Matt, your thoughts on Jets Patriots at home?
I think they beat the Patriots at home. Like the Dolphins. I think the Jets split with the Dolphins and the Pats. I think the Jets win at home against New England. I think it'll be a tight game. I do think New England's improved. I think they're sweeping the Jets and back towards the top of the division. So I think it's a winnable game.
Bean, what about you? Jets Patriots.
Well, I think the only thing I can say is that there's still, like, everything positive that I said about them. They're still a young squad. They're still going to be putting things together. They'll, so I don't think they're going to be, I think that they'll still have their struggles. So I do think the Jets have the potential to split with them. The only thing is that, I'm struggling getting us to 9 wins, so I might have went off the rails somewhere. I got to say this is a loss.
Bean getting us to 8-8. Going into the final week of the season, Jets, Bills, boys and girls. I said I thought the Jets would only win one division game. I have us beating the Dolphins. Jets are beating the Bills, final week of the season. They're resting starters. Jets are going to be hurting their draft stock. We're going to be kicking and screaming, bitching and moaning the entire time, just the way we're used to. Jets finish the season 7-10. Matt, your thoughts?
I have the same record out there a little bit differently. I think the Bills are probably fighting for playoff seeding at this point. I think they're playing, and I think the Jets lose up in Buffalo. They haven't won up in Buffalo since 2019, I believe. It's been a long time.
Bean,
your thoughts?
Yeah, we're losing. We're losing this game. They're going to be on a playoff run. They're going to be going for number 1 seed in the AFC, and they're going to shellac us. And but the positive is, while we don't get in the playoffs, Aaron Glenn comes in and immediately eclipses everything that Robert Saleh did here with Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. I mean, granted, Adams was after Saleh was fired, but all the beef they gave Robert Saleh, his 26 first round picks for his vaunted defense line, and he couldn't get us past 7 wins. Even when we were 7-3, we couldn't do it. So it'll be nice to see Aaron Glenn's year 1. And I think that we get there because, and we see it because of coaching. I think that's my hope for this regime, is that they got the ability to coach. There are actual coaches on the, in the building. So, so 8 wins. I'd love to see us get to 9 and squeak in the wild card, but I think 8 is a little bit more realistic. 7-8 is where I sit.
So before we saw the schedule release and before just like talking our way through it, I would have told you I think the Jets get to 6 wins. Somehow I wound up on 7. I'll take the 7. I'm happy with it. I want to win as many games as possible this year. I know, people are going to want the draft picks. I'm sure by the time we get to the final week of the season, if the Jets are sitting at 6-10 and like there's a good shot the Jets could get a top 5 pick, I'm probably going to be pulling for the draft pick. Hopefully the Bills are fighting for a playoff spot at that point if that's where we're kind of headed. I don't want to see a stinker of a game to end the season. I want to be optimistic going through this year. If I see growth from the offensive line, if I see growth from the defense, if they could rebound a little bit. This defense was not far away prior to last year. If they can figure out how to plug up some of the holes on the defensive line and kind of round it out like they were the last few years, Jets could surprise some people. It's really going to come down to how Fields performs and how the defense responds. Matt, your thoughts on everything here?
Yeah, I mean, kind of before the schedule came out, thinking the Jets would be between 6 and 8 wins. Then I landed in the middle there with 7. Not all 7-win seasons are built the same. Like 2022, They started 7-4 and then ended up 7-10. I think if the Jets could kind of just be feisty and be in these games and play tight, like, I don't know, maybe don't get your doors blown off by Buffalo. Be in the Raven game, right? Maybe you still lose just because they're better and this is only year 1 of, a new regime. But I just want to see tangible signs of improvement from the Jets this year, right? Like they bottomed out. They were a 5-win team last year, and an all-in year was really embarrassing. They brought in a new coach. Just show me signs of improvement in year 1.
Being your thoughts overall on this season and schedule?
Yeah, I like what Matt said. Like, so I want to see, it's perfectly said. Like, not all 7-win, 8-win seasons are the same. So we got a new regime. They put real effort into changing the guard. Excuse me, made some tough decisions. And I think, it'll be real nice to see the team starting the first quarter like they want to be there. Not like they got to get punched in the face for 2 quarters to go, wait a minute, man, let's play some football. That's what I'm going to be looking for. These slow starts that we've been watching for 4 years. I want to see hope. I want to see, what looks like we're building some case, and I'm going to be happy.
I see you guys talking in the chat real quick. Before I get to the super chats, I just want to point out, if these records are what we have predicted, and we sort of gauge it off last year's draft order, 7-10 would have the Jets picking 12th. 8-9 would have the Jets picking between 13th and 16th. So right in the spot where you kind of get frustrated that you got to trade up potentially for a quarterback, or maybe you're happy with how Fields performed this year and you're not necessarily looking for a quarterback. So I want to pose the question to you guys before we get to the rest of these super chats. Matt, if the season ends in a 7-10 record and the Jets are sitting with the 12th overall pick, what do they do? Do they keep Fields?
That's how they get there, but my thought would be probably not. The good news is there's likely to be 4 to 6 quarterbacks who are going to go pretty early in next year's draft. And you don't always have to take the number 1 guy. Like we've seen, for instance, same draft, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson were not the top quarterbacks taken.
Jaden Daniels, Mahomes, 3rd quarterback.
Jaden Daniels
or second?
Was the
C2?
second quarterback taken. Same thing. You could say the same thing if you're a Drake May fan, 3rd quarterback taken. So they may still have to trade up, right? But maybe it's not, they're jumping up, all the way up to 1 or 3 or whatever, but maybe they move from 12 to 8 and they get their guy. Or they just stay put and take, whoever they like at that point. We could have those conversations when we get there, but I think they'll have options to find their guy in the 26 class.
Bean, if the Jets are sitting in that 12 pick, well, I guess I'll frame it two ways for you. Jets are sitting in the 12 pick with a 7-10 record, or the Jets are sitting at 8-9 with the 16th pick. Does any of that change your feelings on how they might decide to either move on from or keep going with Justin Fields? He is under contract for 2 years, so it's entirely possible they still keep him, but do you think they draft a quarterback high after a season like this?
Well, I think 8 and 9, and just like Matt said, so you're in the Ravens game, you lose it because they're better. You're in the Bills games, you lose it because they're better. You know what I mean? Just like stuff like that. But you're there, and Justin Fields looks good. It's just we don't have the horses, so to speak. We're not gelled. We're not a team yet in the same way the Bills and the Ravens are. I think it takes a little bit of the urgency off. I think you sit where you are, and look, there's always going to be that mad dash at the top of the round for the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? The top 3 or 4 picks, but then this will be an interesting draft. We're gonna have to really watch. We're gonna have to watch this season and see what happens. But theoretically, man, you can sit there at 12, and get the quarterback that you need. So I don't know. It's tough to predict right now. But look, if Justin Fields looks like dog shit, and you got to trade 2 firsts to go up and get your quarterback, so Garrett Wilson has a career, then you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, if the Jets are sitting at one of these records, I'm taking a quarterback. Even if Fields looks, better than he has looked, let's say next season is his best season that he's had so far, but it's still kind of 3,000 passing yards and, however many touchdowns and rushing yards, whatever it is, I'd still take the quarterback, because the worst case scenario is you have multiple quarterbacks on your roster that could potentially be long-term starters. I have no problem drafting a guy in the first round and then, Fields magically turns it around. He's a stud, everything, back against the wall, and it works out. And guess what? We got to trade a quarterback on a rookie contract. It is what it is. Same thing the other way. If Fields balls out or doesn't ball out, you want to have that, little chip in the back pocket there. I very much want to go quarterback in this year's class. And like Bean mentioned, if you got to give up a first or 2 to go get your quarterback, I'm okay with that. I'd rather win as many games as possible next year and use some high value picks to go up and get our guy than see a 2 or a 3 win season and just watch the demoralization of all our young players and the morale go out the window. I want to see some victories here, but I'm thinking quarterback as well. It's interesting. Draft's going to be in Pittsburgh. Steelers are going to need a quarterback. They might be taking a quarterback. Saints probably going to be towards the top of the draft. They could be drafting the kid from LSU, Nussmeier, possibly keep him in state. I could see that happening. Gonna have a lot of teams jockeying for the top there. But the nice thing is there's going to be about 4 to 6 guys that could go very, very high in this draft. Boys and girls, we are going to get to the rest of your super chats in just one second. I'm just going to throw it over to Matt for a read from our sponsor.
Guys, we want to talk to you about Mando, one of our sponsors here. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and best of all, free shipping. My bourbon leather body wash, I use it every single day. I have the body spray, usually right by my desk. Those are my 2 favorites from Mando. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers are getting $5 off a starter pack with Mando. If you use our exclusive code, that equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code TalkinJets at mandopodcast.com/TalkinJets. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
Body wipes.
I love the wipes, everybody.
Love the wipes.
My favorite thing in the world. I love them.
Absolutely. Absolutely incredible. Mando, thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. All right, let's catch back up on some of our comments here. We got Blitz Crew coming in says, you all are nuts. This is a whole new world. We have an American Pope. Knicks deep in the playoffs. The name of the curse is over. Fields will show out. Blitzkrieg thinks we're going. What's the record, Blitzkrieg? 17-0? That's what I heard. 17-0 unless proven otherwise. I'm with you. Dylan says, wow, Jets Monday Night Football game is a doubleheader, 7:15 start. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize we were a doubleheader, but I guess that makes sense because 8:15 would normally be the kickoff, I think, for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Denver has the second one that week.
So maybe they're just trying to get us out of the way nice and early while people are still commuting home, having their dinner. I don't know. But yeah, doubleheader is what it is. Any thoughts, guys? Doubleheader matter to you at all? 7 o'clock versus, I guess Denver's probably playing 9 o'clock, I'm guessing? Or is it 10:15?
Or 10, probably. I like it, man. Started an hour earlier. I don't want to have to do a post-game video at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The Monday Night Football game is going to be a doubleheader where we play at 7:15 and the Broncos play at 10 o'clock. Not that it matters.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I don't know what it was. I can't hear this subject. It can't get into my head. I don't know what we're talking about. It's crazy.
Doubleheader on Monday Night Football. Doesn't matter. Jake says, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Needed to open my laptop to relieve my Knicks stress. I don't even care like I do the Jets, and I'm crashing. LOL. Yeah, look, it's a frustrating game tonight for the Knicks. Coming back, game 6 at the Garden. Take it there. That's what we want to see. Let's see. We got Eric. Eric jumps in, says, we should certainly have more plays run without the 30-second clock running out. Yeah, I'm over this whole play clock running down to 0, us getting false starts and stupid shit like that. That drove me bonkers. Go up, know the play, call the play, and just move on. Next play. Don't get cute. Can you take it down to 1 second? Guess what? It doesn't have to have a snap count at that point. You're just hopping over the line. I know you got to snap it or it's a delay a game. Stupid.
When Aaron Rodgers comes out of, do we boo him or do we thank him for the fucking memories?
Oh no, his ass is getting booed. Sorry, dude.
Ooh.
Traitor. We're gonna have to change the intro. We'll keep Rodgers in the intro, but give him a clown nose or something, like a little wink wink.
No, he's getting out.
We could eject him. We'll have to ask Gator to freshen us up a little bit. We've got Mike. What's up, Mike? Hey, Bean. Looking to take a West Virginia trip. Looking for nice towns and nature. Any suggestions on nice spots?
Yeah, dude. Well, hit Shenandoah National Park. It's key. But Virginia's known for small towns and shit. There's a bunch of them. Elkton, Luray. There's Luray Caverns up there. Anything up and down 81 is beautiful. But when you go to West Virginia, the newest national park in the country is New River Gorge. So as you're going through, hit Shenandoah without question. That's the Blue Ridge Parkway and all that. Lots of waterfall hikes, man. It's amazing. It's an amazing place. Appalachian Trail goes through Shenandoah. But then when you're heading to West Virginia, make sure you hit New River Gorge. It's stunning. It's amazing. So yeah, dude, Virginia's badass, man. You're gonna have a good time if you do it right.
Ooh,
I have a piece of Virginia history. Or not history, more trivia.
Lay it on me.
I bet Green Bean knows it. So the John Denver song, Take Me Home, Country Roads.
Yeah.
You know that song's about Western Virginia, not West Virginia.
Yeah.
What?
He talks about the Shenandoah River. Yeah, Shenandoah River's in Virginia. Yep.
Yeah. People think, West Virginia, like the state.
Well, so much so that when you go to West Virginia, that's their motto.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have bought it. I would not have
Almost
thought
heaven.
Western Virginia.
Yeah. So
Western
they adopted
Virginia, take me home.
Yeah, they adopted it. They're like, it says almost heaven, West Virginia. It's everywhere in West Virginia.
Huh.
And he says it,
That's
He does
crazy.
Say it.
That blew my mind.
Blue
Jake
Ridge
comes-
Mountain, Shenandoah River. Oh, it's my favorite, dude. I love it. I'll tell you a story. So when I lived in Florida, my wife and kids moved to Virginia before I did. And it was a big mistake, but I did it for my career. And I would come up like once a month and see them for like 4 days, and then I would go back. It almost killed me. But one day, but like, I was like in Florida for like 15, 16 years. And then one day I heard that song, and I heard Shenandoah River, we're right by Shenandoah National Park right here. And I started to literally cry like hysterically. And that's when I said, I resign. I'm out. I said, like, that's home. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be here anymore. I'm done. I resign.
Oh.
Wow.
Like a week later. Oh yeah.
Shaking my world. I'm going to tell Becca that, and she's going to be like, I don't believe you. And I said, no. Some guys on the internet told me this. I'm taking it as fact. I'm not doing any research beyond this, but it makes sense to me. Jake comes in and says, we draft quarterback high. If he sucks, I hope he's the guy. And we draft a quarterback high. If he sucks, we draft a quarterback high if he sucks. Hope he's the guy, and we don't. We're giving him every chance to be the guy. Yeah, look, I want to draft someone high. I've got a few favorites that I like at the top of this class. I think there's 3, maybe. I'm hoping there's going to be 4 guys that I really like. I hope Alar really balls out this year, and I can feel a little bit more comfortable with him. But I want to take someone. I don't want him to play his rookie year. I would like Fields here for both seasons. I'm curious to see if the team wants to go with more of a running style quarterback and kind of keep that style, or if they're looking for more of like your Jared Goff kind of pocket passer. I have no idea which direction they're going to go. And really, until we see the offense, if we see the offense, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be the same offense for the following year. Matt, any thoughts on like the style of quarterback they may want to go with if they have the option to go with any kind of style of quarterback? Or would they mimic something that is similar to what Fields is?
I don't think they would mimic something similar to Fields. Now, maybe like they take a quarterback who happens to be a good runner, and like I'm totally okay with that, but I'm not really going, who fits best for what we did this year? I'm going into it going, which one of these guys do I think is going to be the best in the NFL? And then how do I tailor my offense to fit their strengths? I think that's the best way to find your guy.
Bean, what about you? Is there a style of quarterback that you think the Jets may try to target based on what we've seen from this offseason or maybe their pasts with other teams? Or do you think they'll just go with maybe the best guy they could find and then figure out how to adapt the offense to the guy at that point?
Well, I think if the Jets are grabbing a quarterback, they want to be part of this 21st century. So I think athletic quarterback, being able to run the full system, and it's important that they can throw, which is the issue. It's a big question mark with Fields, right? Like, he's clearly talented, but like his accuracy and, obviously some fumble stuff and all that kind of shit. But if they're taking a quarterback, I believe that they're going to go for the athletic guy as opposed to the, kind of the traditional pocket passer guy, somebody that can run, be a dual threat. That's what I think. Now, again, I don't know shit about these guys, so I'm making it up as I go. But I do believe it. So what does that make it? Is it a fact? I mean, I just don't know. I have no proof. And but I really feel strongly. So I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's what I think. I think we're going to go be a part of this 21st century. Aaron Glenn, he knows the deal. He sees it. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
So the top quarterbacks per Tankathon right now, they have Arch Manning coming out. I don't think I buy that. I don't think he's coming out next year. They got Drew Allar as 1. I'll say 2. Garrett Nussmeier, 3, Lenoris Sellers, 4, Cade Klubnik, 5, Nico Lamaliva coming in at 6. And then after that, they got a few second-round prospects potentially in Sam Leavitt and Carson Beck, former quarterback of Georgia. Man, I'm honestly, as much as I'm like going to be, I'm hoping I'm entertained for the Jets season. I am going to be keeping a very close eye on the quarterbacks this year in college. Like this is going to be a college focus season for me, I think. And try to not burn myself up over the stress of this Jets team. But yes, Jake, we're hoping we're getting to see a more well-rounded, every chance kind of quarterback we can see. Boogie Down Bronx says, I believe the Jets season will be predicated on whether we have a top 10 offensive line in the league. If we do, I would like to add 5 more wins to our record, hoping for the best. Go Jets. So is he saying 5 more wins onto where we were last year?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be a 10-7 season. I'm feeling pretty good. You can get to 10 wins.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I take that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could somehow find a way into the playoffs, like a little backdoor, in towards the end of the season. Like if the Jets have an opportunity to make the playoffs because the Bills are resting starters, like that's okay. I'll take it. Let's get that monkey off our back.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a fan. Matt, you think if we have a good offensive line, you see 5 more wins?
5 more, I think, is a little too optimistic for me, but I hope that Boogie Down is correct because it'd be really nice. And you know what? We're going into this season with low expectation. Wouldn't it be funny if like this is the year that they will break the playoff drought and not one of the 2 years that they had Aaron Rodgers and we all thought they were going to do it?
Yeah. There's going to be, it's all the lack of stress. I feel like most fans, I'll call it 80% of fans, are going to go into the season thinking, I just want to be entertained. I'm hoping for wins, but the expectation isn't what it was the last 2 years. I think the players might be able to play a little more loose. I think our coaching is going to be better. I think our penalties are going to be down. And then hopefully we just, see some more offense than, just Rodgers being a stone statue back there or Zach throwing ducks. I don't know. Darrell, sorry. Hi, can you send me more info about the group buy? I missed it. Also, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I feel it in my bones. So remember how I was just saying where I think 80% of fans are going to be feeling a little bit more pessimistic or like, reset the expectations. Darryl is not one of these guys. Darryl's going 17-0. He can feel it.
Hell yeah.
Going 20-0. Going right through the playoffs, baby. So we don't have enough info on the group buy yet. We don't get to make our selection until the beginning of June. They're going to send out the group buy pricing, I believe, Wednesday of next week. We're going to get to put in our preferences. Those preferences get put into a tabulator of chaos and confusion and magic. And then they're going to say, okay, here's the games that you've wanted to get based on your order in line. This is where we are going to place you. And then you can, pick your section and whatnot. But our goal is to do the group buy versus the Steelers. I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to get the tickets we want for that particular game. Again, we don't know the section yet, but once we have information concretely in stone, we will let you guys know. We should know that. I think first week of June is what they were talking to us about. So we'll have everything kind of ironed out, but we've got some fun stuff going on. So that the day before, September 6th, Saturday, we are going to be at the Bezara Music Festival down in, what is the city, Matt?
Keensburg.
Yep.
Kingsburg. So we'll be down there. We're going to be doing a live show. Not sure if it's at the beach gallery or if it's going to be on the beach or something along those lines.
Still working that out.
Trying to fine tune all the details. But once we have all that information, we'll let you guys know. Maybe we'll do some kind of after party down there. And then we got the game the next day. Oh, I'm excited. Just a whole Jets fan hangout kind of weekend. My wife's
This
gonna be
Knicks
like,
game is
"Hate you."
fucking garbage. I can't believe I even turned it on. You guys should all be mad at me.
I'm looking at it right now. It's
Garbage.
They want to go crazy at home. That's my confidence level.
They better do it, man, because if it goes to game 7, then they're in some serious trouble.
If it goes game 7, I'm not confident. I am absolutely terrified. Got to win it in 6 games. I was really hoping this would be the game. I thought Boston might be a little demoralized without Tatum. But, man. Oh, man. We'll see. We shall see how it plays out. Boys and girls, make sure you hit that like button for us. For every 10 likes we get on this video, we're going to pick a qualifier. Shirt, hat, mug, pillow, t-shirt, eggs. Someone's winning something at the end of this stream.
Hello.
Get it. Jake won eggs or a shirt or something like that. So I got to, I think he sent us his shipping info. I got to send that to him following the stream. But yeah, hit that like button if you like hanging out with us. Darrell sent us in another super chat. He goes, I'll call Woody for the tickets. I got you. Just kidding. Darrell, if that was really you,
Yeah.
Mr. Revis, let us know. Be very cool. You can come to
Thanks,
our ticket group buy. Hang out in the tailgate with us. We'll be the headliners. You could be like the little sub note. Oh, and Darrell Revis.
Oh, and also Darrell Revis.
Peter says, I'm mad at you, Green Bean. Why is Peter mad at you?
Because I put the Knicks game on.
Ah.
That's what I'm telling you, dude. This is what I watch. If I turn on a game, I can go, you know what? I want to see Penn State win today. And I turn on Penn State and they get 35-3. That's what I watch. That's the only thing I know how to watch. I can't watch anything good. It's my experience. I'm telling you, it's why I stopped watching so much sports. It's a big reason. I'm like, I am miserable when I watch sports. I just have to limit this. I'll keep these fucking Jets. But I dropped the Nets and Knicks. I dropped the Islanders. I dropped NASCAR, even though my guy is popular. He doesn't win. I loved his dad, so I just kind of, but I haven't really watched in a long time. So I just watched the Jets. That's all I watch now, because everything else, and this, I mean, it's more than enough pain and disappointment, But I was like, hey, I see everybody on Twitter. Hey, the Knicks is fucking great, man. We got a realistic path. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me see. And I watch fucking 22 unanswered points.
You can't make it up.
We can't have nice things.
I can't. I have no idea how to do it. I don't know how people root for winners. What do you do?
Never seen it. Never seen a consistent winner.
I don't know, right?
Alan
says, I have no championships, dude. None.
Alan thinks we win Steelers, Panthers, Browns, Jags, Saints. That's it. It's very pessimistic. But that is what? 5 wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would have us at 5 wins, somewhere between the 7 pick and the 10 pick. Potentially.
Okay.
Again, it's all based on last year's, rankings and whatnot. It could be totally different. When we look at it next year. Jake says, I'm an egg man. So you want some eggs? We'll see.
Egg.
Sam says, do you envision more turnovers on defense? How many rookies start by season's end? Ooh. Start by season's end. It's going to be, obviously, our first 2 picks will be starting. I really like A.Z. Thomas a lot. I would like to believe he would start, but I think because of the financial situation with Stevens, I don't think it's going to happen. Who else am I missing? I don't think Arian Smith really starts. It's going to be more of like a, select few plays that he's going to be in on. So I'll say 2. I'll say two rookies from the draft class start, and then if you want to throw in the kicker that we signed afterwards, that's, sure, why not? Matt, how many rookies you think start by rookie's end? And do you envision more turnovers on defense? I feel like we got to see more turnovers on defense. I don't know how to justify it. I don't know if our pass rush is necessarily going to be better, or we're going to have wins if it's going to cause errant throws or anything like that. But I just hope so. I hope we see more. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm hoping Andre Cisco reels in some picks on the back end of this defense. That's hope number. I'm going to say by the end of the year, I think 2 start the year in Membu and Mason Taylor, but I'm going to say Malachi Moore ends up starting as the third guy. I like A.Z. Thomas a lot. I think he'll play, in certain packages, and maybe if someone gets does more. But I see a path to Malachi Moore being like the starter by I don't know, maybe halfway through the year.
That's a good point. I completely blanked on Malachi Moore, so I'm going to amend my answer to 3 with the shot of the kicker potentially making it as well. Good thought, Matt. Bean, your thoughts. How many do you see more turnovers on defense, and how many starters do you see at the end of the season from our rookie class?
Well, it's not going to be hard to get defense. We don't really do that. But I don't know. It would be nice to be now. Let's say, yeah. I see some more turnovers. The rookies, I'm right there. Membu's starting. Taylor's starting. And like, look, starters, right? That doesn't matter quite the way it used to, Sam. You know, in my day, the starters, I mean, I don't know what, but significant time. The kid, what's our wide? Is Azariah? Or is
A.Z.
that the
Thomas.
cornerback?
Arian Smith.
Arian Smith. That I think he's going to see some time. I think they're going to want to. They're going to want to get him on the field. I think Malachi Moore earns a starting spot. That's what I think, and I think we'll be happy with him. And then I see A.Z. Thomas when Brandon Stevens sucks the balls. A.Z. Thomas starts week 8.
All right.
So I got what, 5?
Got a few in there. Yeah, I think so. And my cursor says Membu, Taylor. Oops, sorry, my thing reset over here. Let me pull back up the chat. It's funny. I can see like when things start lagging on my end, I know this thing's about to crash. I'm going to have to reset it. So, too heavy of an extension, I guess. Jake says, I literally came here to walk away from the Knicks. Yeah, I turned off the game. I just clicked out of my YouTube TV window. So I'm done watching the game as well. I don't need additional sadness. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised that I missed something positive happening.
Go hate watch the Maple Leafs blow a 2-0 series lead to the Florida Panthers.
Ooh. Do it. What's Tigo's team? I know he's pretty big on hockey.
He's a Maple Leafs fan.
Ah. All right.
I fucking hate the Leafs.
Now it's Maple Leafs, Leafs, not Leaves. Leaves, plural. It's weird.
Yes, it is weird.
Doesn't make sense.
Fits for some reason.
I don't get it. Let's see. Rusty Spooner says Ohio State kicks the shit out of Penn State. Go Buckeyes. They're my only team I've had that wins. Yeah, nice. I have decided not to, and this is 15 years ago, Ryan, like 2004, 2005, Ryan. What is that, 20 years ago now? Holy crap, I'm getting old. I chose not to like one particular college and just enjoy good football players and scouting them and whatnot because of how bad our Jets have been. I know once I pick a team to like, then it's over. It's the kiss
I
of
got
death.
UVA. Yep, I got UVA. They suck. I can get free tickets to them shits. I don't go.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever been to a college football game. It'd be super fun. I'd love to go to like rivalry games once a year. Maybe when the girls get a little older.
Let me tell you guys this. So a week ago tonight, I went down to Virginia Tech. Metallica was playing down there. So they have a big thing with Virginia Tech. I guess Virginia Tech plays Enter Sandman when they come out to play the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was the first band to ever play their stadium. And it was such a big deal. They had to like widen some roads and like the gates and everything so they can fit the tour trucks in there. And it was so loud, the crowd. And it felt that way. I actually got nervous. It was in the stadium. They were fucking playing Enter Sandman. Like, I don't know, what, 60,000 people were jumping at the same time. I was like, dude, this isn't good. Like, this is like, this is not a brand new stadium, man. Like, this is old. And I honestly got nervous, but it registered on the Richter scale. That's how loud the crowd was at Metallica at Virginia Tech last week. Crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's not
It was cool,
many
man.
like events that I've been at that I've felt like a palpable like wow, this is like there's some energy here.
Yeah.
I would
No,
say
it was something else, man. Like, and you felt it the whole night. Like Pantera, it was Suicidal Tendencies, Pantera, and Metallica, and it was like a proper show the whole time. Like the crowd was into it. But when Metallica, when those lights went off for Metallica, man, like there were people in there that were only there. Such a Hokies thing. Like the Hokies chant was going on all night. Like they were there because of the connection to Virginia Tech. It wasn't like a Metallica show, but they were so passionately involved because of the relationship. So it was like a college football atmosphere with a rock energy. Like it was unbelievable. I mean, it was thick. I mean, it was unbelievable. I haven't felt anything like that in a long time because I go see the Jets play the Broncos in the rain.
that entire stadium was wide open. There was no one that went out for that game. It was, I mean, our little crew came out and it was great. We had a great time. Huddled underneath the tent, had some great food by Tailgate Joe, who I think probably forgot that he was coming on our show tonight.
Yeah. I was going to say, hey, what happened there?
Or he's in a different time zone. Who knows? Yeah, that was a miserable game. Hopefully we get better weather, and at least we got some optimism going into the week 1 home opener.
Yeah, week 1's the best, dude. Week 1, you can still believe in the dream. And then you watch Zach Wilson throw 4 interceptions next to Matt O'Leary. You say, the fuck is this?
What happened?
What happened?
I think the best game we saw was actually Jets Ravens. Was that 3 or 4
that was the
years
best
ago?
game.
Yeah, that game.
You know, and you want to know why? Because it was only like 10-0 at the half.
Yeah, it was
We're like, we're in this.
we can come back. We're not too far out of it.
We're in this one, man. Yeah. That rained too. That was a rainy game too.
Not too bad though. That was like a light drizzle.
No, it wasn't too bad. The Broncos game was bullshit.
Mutt Viles comes in, says 10-7 boys. We will be 4-4 at the bye, beat Cleveland, lose to Baltimore and New England, then win 5 in a row for a showdown in Buffalo to get the 7th seed, just like in 2015. I would love for this to happen and then have a showdown with Buffalo. And like if you could wind up beating them with them actually playing their starters, great. I'm just nowhere near as optimistic as Mutt Viles. I'm sorry, dude. The eternal optimist, Mutt Viles, thought we were getting Joe Burrow this year or last year, whatever it was. I think he's taking the wrong kind of multivitamins.
Yeah. Look, I really do want to subscribe to that, and it still lives inside me, Mutt Viles. Believe me, I am the eternal optimist. I am beaten the fuck down, dude. Last season did something to my Jets fandom that I haven't quite organized and reconciled yet. Like, I don't even understand what's happening to me. Like, I can't see it, man. Look, I'm like, all right, yeah, go get Justin Fields, But it's like, and I'll watch the games. I'm going to do the whole thing, but I just can't find that traditional, season, optimism that I usually have, that yearly optimism that I find. I can't find it. I'm just like, dude, like Baker Mayfield, we're not beating Baker Mayfield, fucking Tua and Tyreek, and we're not beating those guys, and then I'm like, yeah, Bo Nix, and I'm, dude, you look great. And you go like a Joe Burrow, you fucking Lamar Jackson, and you got Josh Allen. I'm like, where are we winning? What are you talking about? Like, people were saying, you guys are so negative. I think this is a resoundingly positive spin. This season has the true potential to be like 3-4 wins. It really does, guys. Brace yourselves. And I'm not rooting for it, and I don't think it's going to happen. But, dude, it's there. Look at it. The easiest schedule. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Green Bean. I think 7-10, that is my optimistic take for this year. I do not see going over that win total. I think Vegas has us at 5.5 wins. I think they're probably spot on, and I would take the over, but not feeling super confident. I'm not putting like any good amount of money down on on 5.5 over. Matt, anything to add to Muttvil's comments or your thoughts on the over/under, or this being optimistic? Or
yeah, I think I would love for Muttviles to be right and then win 10 games. I can't get myself there to predict it. I think, well, I said before, I think 6 to 8 wins is a fair prediction for the Jets. Being landed on the high end, we landed right in the middle at 7 and 10. I think 5 or less is it's possible, but I don't think it's the most likely scenario. Again, most likely here, I think we're at the 6-7 mark, but I don't know. We've seen seasons get off the rails quick.
yeah, my optimistic take was the Bills resting starters the final week of the season, and we got the 7th win. Like, I very much think if the Bills are having anything to play for, we're going 6-11 on the high end. But who knows? I'm going to root for a win every single week. Gangrene says, thinking our D will be better second half of the season as JJ rounds back into shape off the injury. Thoughts? I hope so. I really want to see JJ come back strong because I want to feel good going into the offseason with him. We exercise his 5th-year option, so he's here for 2026 anyway. But it would be nice to feel like we don't need to invest a premium pick in an edge rusher. And we can kind of go into next season saying, all right, we're going to take the quarterback high. And, you have another free agency period. You have some development. You have the rest of your draft picks to round out some of the other parts of the team. But yeah, look, I think JJ can come back into his own second half of the season. We saw Rodgers come back roughly, a year and a half after his surgery. Granted, he does not have to be nearly as athletic as an edge rusher would. You have to be very explosive coming off the edge. And that Achilles is going to have a lot of strain on it. So I hope we see it from JJ, but I would, I'm cautiously optimistic. Cautiously. Bean, your thoughts on JJ possibly looking better on the back half of the season?
Yeah. Look, I love JJ. I think he's the kind of guy that's going to do every single possible thing to come out of here. So I think even with that, though, there's going to be that rust and all that. So I think the back end is what we'll be looking at. But that would be really nice. Like if the Jets can pull out like a 4-5 record and then Jermaine Johnson starts turning it on and you know what I mean? And we can just have like a kind of a fun season. I'm going to be into that. Again, last year it killed me. So 5 wins. But JJ's a big piece to this thing. And I think we very easily forget, that we lost him last year. That was a big hit, because we thinned it out and we were kind of depending on Reddick, but we thinned out the defensive line and then we lost one of the stalwarts.
And we lost Michael Carter for a chunk too.
What's
He barely
that?
played. He didn't play a ton at all.
Yeah.
Who?
Michael Carter.
Right, Michael Carter. Shit.
And then we didn't have Mosley for a good chunk of it. Like, if you have guys that could be the leaders of your defense, like, there's a lot of opportunity for the defense to really rebound. It's just tough to know what they're going to be after, like, the disappointment that was last season. Like, I don't think you could really fairly grade this roster last year because of how demoralized they were from the start of the season and how everything started off. Matt, your thoughts on JJ coming back and maybe playing stronger the second part of the year?
I think it makes a lot of sense. Achilles injuries are really tough, and especially at that position too. I think he's going to be back for the start of the regular season, but he's not going to look like himself to probably, honestly, after the bye week would be my guess, is when he really starts to hit his stride.
See, NY Cursor in here says, when I think Justin Fields, I don't think of him in Chicago or Pittsburgh. I think Ohio State, and he's reunited with Garrett Wilson. They will study Aaron Rodgers' audibles and adopt it. I don't need them to adopt it. I need them to just wait till he gets to 1 second on the play clock and just absolutely pin their ears back. I want Aaron Rodgers to play week 1 and us absolutely beat the ever-loving snot out of him. I don't really have a whole lot of disdain towards Rodgers, but man, I want to take out that anger of the last 2 years on someone and no one better than the guy that can't really move behind the line of scrimmage, that ultimately couldn't live up to the sky high expectations that we had. And again, look, it's not really all on him, but I hope we go after him. But yeah, look, Justin Fields, I do view him more as the Ohio State quarterback than I do Chicago or Pittsburgh. Matt, is that weird to feel that way, or like, how do you view Justin Fields when you look at him?
I'm not viewing him in that Ohio State mold, just because unfortunately, like, he has too much experience in the league at this point for me to go, oh, he's going to be like what he was at Ohio State. I'm hoping that he is closer to what he was in Pittsburgh, with hopefully some added passing ability. I think there were times where he looked better as a passer, but just not consistent enough yet. I would love for him to be Ohio State Fields, because that to me, he would be the answer at the quarterback spot, but I don't know if that's where he is anymore.
Bean, when you think of Justin Fields, is there a uniform that you picture him in your mind as?
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, I know. I hear you, and I'm right there. Like, look, the truth is that he's very talented, right? He really is. And he's got a super strong arm. And he kind of, like, if you look at it, he had a bum deal. Like a lot of these quarterbacks, they come in, they go to the Jets or the Bears, and they suck. You know what I mean? It sucks. So there's a chance, man. There's a chance. And then you go to Pittsburgh, you play a little bit better, and they bench you, and you kind of get this humility, you know, and you, all right, man, you settle in, and you start, you know, you grow up a little bit, and there's a chance. There's a chance. I'm holding out hope for Justin Fields, but for me, I mean, it's hard for me not to. I think in NFL terms, man. Like, I don't think in college terms. Like, you know, I'm not really a college guy. Saturdays are tough for me to watch football. Like, when I do any of my research, 90% of it is after the season. You know what I mean? I do focus on game tape as opposed to like a lot of the other shit, but you know, I don't really. I remember, like, we actually live streamed that Ohio State Clemson game.
I remember it.
So I remember it well, but I think of Justin Fields as a Chicago Bear for sure.
Dude, when we watched that game together, I thought for sure Fields was going to be our guy. I was like, this is our dude. This guy's nitty gritty. He's like everything that, like, I feel like Fields' mindset and maybe where he's at plays well with New York. I feel like it's such a dart throw that it could. I think Jake had a comment in here. Yeah. Fields works out, we win 10 games. If he sucks, we win 4. Yeah, if he's bad this season, like Green Bean mentioned, like, could be a 3-4 win season and we get a top draft pick. But the other end of that coin is if he balls out with the support that we're giving him, maybe you don't think about a quarterback. Like, maybe this is like what turns his career around. And this is the perfect type of quarterback to take a swing on for this year. You reset your cap situation anyway. You get some growth out of your young players on your roster. You allow the new regime to kind of grade the roster as a whole before you commit any big dollars or draft picks to positions that you're, you know, kind of keeping an eye on, right? So I like the swing, but I'm kind of in the same boat as Jake here. Could kind of swing wildly either way. Boys and girls, we got about 10 minutes left in our show. I just want to talk a little bit about the road games here. Every year we talk about it a little bit. I don't think we've done I know we haven't done a road game yet, but we've discussed the idea of potentially doing it. If you guys were to go on the road to a road game, which one would you feel like you want to go to? Bean, throw it to you first, then Matt.
Well, it sucks because I'd love to go to Baltimore, but why? Why do that to myself? You know what I mean? Fucking sitting there and get made fun of 4 hours. You know what I mean? So probably, I mean, I love to go down to Miami. I got peeps down there, so it's always a good. Excuse me. So Miami's a big one. Let me see if there's any other. I fucking hate Cleveland. That city can blow up.
That's a home game.
Ouch. Yeah, all right. Well, good. I mean, we don't have any reason to go there. Tampa could be fun. I've never been to that stadium. That's
a nice stadium.
London. obviously would be fun, but I'm not going. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's about it. I don't want to go to our division rival stadiums. I don't find that fun. I mean, Miami, I guess because it's different, but like to go up to New England in the cold and get beat.
I've got family in Cincinnati, just south of Cincinnati, maybe like 30 minutes south, who I haven't visited yet. So that would give me an excuse to go out that way if we were to do that. It's also kind of at the end of like my golf season, so that may end up working out all right. The other one is the Tampa game, but that's kind of right in the middle of outing season. I have family an hour south of Tampa, so I don't know if that would work. I really like the idea of going to like New Orleans, but not in December.
Yeah, New Orleans sucks.
It's like I went there, I think it was the week after Mardi Gras, and literally everything smelled like piss.
The whole fucking city smells like piss, bro.
Dude, I've never been in a place where I'm like it smells to be everywhere. And like,
yeah, it's you know what else smells like piss? Sad to say, because I really do like it, but Nashville.
Really?
The main drag. Oh yeah, dude. It's unbelievable. If you ever go to that main drag, I think it's called Broad Street or Broadway, one or the other. I forget. I've been there many times. And if you go there at night, it's really a fun place. And I don't drink either. So like cities like New Orleans and Nashville, it's kind of predicated on that shit, you know. But music is really great. If you love music, I mean, both cities are great for that. But I'm telling you, if you walk down that street during the day, man, I'm telling you, dude, it smells like piss. And the whole city of New Orleans, that's all I was like, this whole place smells like piss.
It was so gross.
I went and got my beignets. I went to the place. I mean, it's definitely cool. It's a cool ass city. Go do ghost tours and that kind of shit. Marie Labeau's weird shop and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Matt, what about you? Any away games you like?
I know I'm not going to go, but if I had to pick one, I would say the Denver game in London. I've never been abroad before, so that would be a change. And I've always wanted to see Ireland, so I'd make it like a full vacation thing. See the game in England, then head over to Ireland.
If the Jets actually ended up playing in Ireland, that would be really cool. I'd probably try to make an effort to go there. We looked at tickets for last year's game when they first came out. They're stupid expensive over there. It's because they never get like American football games. So I think they were like $500 a pop. I was like, shit. Wow. I got to buy 4 tickets. Like, that's not happening. So we'll see. I don't know. Guys in the chat, let us know what away games you'll like. Are you going to go to any? I don't see anyone really chiming in. Jake says Nashville.
No, they're arguing about fucking. You know what's going on in the chat? They're arguing about, is Jermaine Johnson better than Quincy Williams? It's let me just say this. You guys know I love you. I'm clearly old and cranky and tired, but I'm going to tell you, this is the most fucking ridiculous conversation I've ever seen in the chat.
One guy's going to be here next year. The other guy's not.
They both suck, dude. Okay?
I love Quincy. He's going to be gone after this season, though.
Fucking Quincy. Look, Quincy is hot and cold. He's fucking, dude, when he's on, he's like thunderclap. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. And then he disappears for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And we can't stop the run. Where is he? Why are the Jets a team that can't stop the run when we got Jamie Sherwood, who led the league in tackles, and Quincy Williams, who's supposedly an all-pro? Where the fuck are they?
They're both light. They need some beef at linebacker.
Need some beefcake. Need a snort. Need somebody just breathing out snot. Like remember that movie, The Program?
Nope.
Yes.
That guy. That guy. But yeah, man. So I don't know. And then you got JJ. I mean, he looks great. I said before, JJ's the best. And Dakota ripped me a new ass. And it's like, I don't mean the best. I'm just saying, like, I love him. Yeah, he's fucking, and
he's one of my favorite players on our team. I
love him. I think he's a good guy. But it's like, I mean, look, but what has he done? Like if we're being real, he's had some moments, but it's like,
I mean, I thought he was going to be.
They're not worth arguing over.
He had a great second year coming off the first season, and then last year I thought he was really gonna take a step forward, and just watching that Achilles pop was like
he was gonna, dude. He was absolutely gonna do it.
I hope
He was
can come
he was
back.
gonna take that step. I know, me too. You just don't know, man. You just don't know.
Jake asks,
Carl
are there any
Lawson?
good cities left? So is there a city you guys like traveling to or like going to? Boston, as much as it kills me because it's infested with Boston fans and New England fans.
Yeah.
I
Go do
love going to Boston.
Yeah, do the Colonial Walk, whatever the hell that's called.
Yeah, the Freedom Trail or whatever.
Freedom Trail. There it is.
Yeah,
Thank you.
dude. Boston's a fun city. It's like it's New York without the so many people in the way. Like I walked. We got into Boston late one time, so it was like really dark, and I was like, whatever. We stayed in the hotel. I walk out, and I'm like, I'm not running into people, and like I can walk across the street. I was like, I envisioned Boston being like New York City with like angry people, or like with like wicked accents and shit.
Yeah.
But no, I fell in love with Boston.
Yeah, I like Boston too. But it's funny, man, because like look, again, I'm just gonna say this. I'm old, I'm cranky, crotchety, or I'm getting there, man. But like I go to these places, like all these cities that I used to love, they're all shitholes. Like Los Angeles is a fucking complete shithole. Seattle's a shithole. I love Seattle.
I've never been
Portland,
to either one.
another shithole. Like it's like there's just heroin all over. It's like fucking you walk down the street, it's just drug addicts everywhere. And look, it's what I do for a living. I don't have any judgment, but that's not why I'm going there. And like even like Miami, like there's the little spots you can go to, of course, but you want to spend $800 for a fucking breakfast sandwich. Miami's your spot. It's like everywhere you go, it's just I don't know. I'm losing. Like Bar Harbor, Maine is unbelievable. You want to go somewhere and have like a beautiful experience, like real mom and pop restaurants and amazing scenery, and that's a place, small little city. Bar Harbor, Maine. It's not really even a city. Maybe it's probably not even it qualifies. But
I'm not a big.
I don't know.
City
I
guy
can't
in
think of
general.
anywhere. Fort Lauderdale's a shithole. I used to walk Fort Lauderdale. I used to walk around the entire city of Fort Lauderdale every day. When I worked right in downtown at my center, and I would walk all the way around all the holes. There's a river walk and everything. I loved it. I went there like last year. I was like, what the fuck happened here? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, it's madness. It's chaos. And so anyway, I struggle with the cities. Like what, Tampa?
Denver's
I don't know. I never
fun.
really.
I haven't been to Denver in a few years now, but I've always
Denver,
liked
I
Denver.
haven't been to.
Can I
Yeah,
give you
last
the-
time I was there, it was nice.
Not saying it's my favorite, but can I give you an underrated, I would say,
Yeah.
city?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh is underrated.
I've never
Yeah.
been.
It's not bad.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
go
like
for the
Pittsburgh.
draft.
Dude, Kennywood is right there. Pittsburgh, when you're in the city proper, you just look over to the southwest, I think it is, and you see roller coasters popping out of the trees.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I fucking love it. Like that to me, I'm like, oh, get me over there. Kennywood's an amazing amusement park. Amazing.
I love going.
They have 3 classic landmark roller coasters. 3. And their carousel's a historical monument as well. It's amazing. Anyway,
I really
I'm ready
like
to go.
going into New York City for like the garden and for a concert and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I'm just not a big like city person in general. Like I could live in the sticks, and I do live in the sticks. live in like the woods.
That's me. That's me, man. I mean, I live in rural Virginia.
You're way more rural than
No.
I am.
Yeah, dude.
I got all farmland behind my house. It's really nice, so no one can build on it and whatnot. So like,
Yeah.
I feel more
That's the way.
secluded than I necessarily am.
Quiet.
Boys and girls.
I could break out my guns right now and start shooting. Nobody will say a fucking word.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I definitely my neighbors on left and right side of me are close enough. They'd probably be like, "Hey, could you not do that right now? Like, let's go to the range." Instead.
What you got to do, you always got to call your neighbors. Hey, I'm going to be out here shooting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
firing
if
off
I
a few
did it,
rounds.
they'd probably just wonder if somebody's breaking in my house. Like I got the kind of neighbors, man. Like if they heard that shit, they would run over.
They'd help you.
Like everybody here is like, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? Like, what we got to take care of business? Like I like that. Nobody messes with each other, but if there's a problem, So you came in my little neighbor. You came into our area with a problem. I like that a lot. I'll run to there. If I saw something, I go right to it.
That's how it should be.
I'm in.
Take care of your
That's how
neighbors.
it should be. How it should be, man.
Right.
Bean, how many qualifiers we got tonight?
Oh, let's take a look. See.
Hey, one more like we
32
get one
tonight.
more.
All right, I'll do it anyway. How's that? Here we go.
Hit
Let's
the
see who's
Lord.
last on the list. Huh?
Milk thumbs.
Here we go. Oh, I think I won 2 tonight. So we got 3 of the 4. Jake's in here. All right, there he goes. So you're the last one, Jake. 33, Ryan.
33. What was that? Oh, what is this? My what? Check this out, yo! I figured out how to put my phone on the. I didn't mean to do that.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Check that out. I don't know. My phone just said like, "Oh, you're connected to Ryan's computer." Boom. Hello, camera.
Look at that.
Hey.
Check it out. There's us. Super weird.
Look at that guy.
I don't know how that happened. Must have hit a hotkey. All right, so third time through. Here we go. 1, 2. Number 24, Green Bean. Who's number 24?
Jake is number 24.
Is he really?
There he is. Yeah, he is.
Oh, that Jake guy. All right, Jake.
Yeah. Jake's all over this thing tonight. He's got
Let's
4
see.
entries tonight.
There's a lot of super chats in there. He gets a hat. Jake.
Yeah. All right, Jake.
That
Nice,
works out
buddy.
perfect. Just follow up the email you sent me the other day with you want a green beanie or you want a ball cap.
Yep. They're all awesome.
He said, cut it out, Ryan. I emailed you already today. I know. I was gonna get to everything tonight. Do you want the hat or you want someone else to get it? Come on, Jake. Let us know. You can have the hat. He wants the beanie. There we go. He wants a green beanie.
Okay. Beanie it is.
So Jake, just remind me, shoot me an email, and then I'll get everything put together. So, because you want a shirt or eggs, kind of shirt and eggs.
We can't do the eggs, man.
I can't do the eggs.
You got to send like a coupon or something.
a coupon.
Coop.
We'll see.
Say he wants the beanie. Take
Yeah.
the beanie, Jake.
He gets the green beanie. Boys and girls, like we mentioned before, actually, I guess I'll go back to this one. This is going to be our last show until we're probably going to do one a month. Is probably what we're going to end up doing. But mainly, we're not going to come back until the end of July when training camp is about to kick off. Usually, that last week of July is when we come back from our hiatus. Keep an eye out on our social medias for the group buy. It looks like we're going to be doing Jets Steelers week 1. We've got the Bezara Festival on that Saturday beforehand. We'll let you guys know all the information about that once we have everything dialed in, and we'll let you know when the tickets go on sale. But let's go around our panel one last time. Bean, any last words?
So I'm not doing an after-hours show tonight. I can't muscle it up. I left it open, but I'm not doing it. I'm really looking forward to the break. I want to tell you guys, I think I'm going to shave the beard
No.
during the break.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. No.
I'm
Really?
shaving my head too.
No. Not
Yep.
allowed.
And I'm going to shave a few other people while I'm at it.
No. You can
Yeah,
shave
I'm
the green
just- I
beans.
just-
None of the top beans.
Yeah. I'm fucking feeling like I have not shaved my beard. Check this out. I haven't shaved. I used to shave it once a year.
Mhm.
I haven't shaved my beard since 2019, early 2000, maybe 2018. Like it's end of 2018, early. I
So
haven't
right
shaved
when we
this
started
thing
doing
off.
all this.
Right. I've been a prisoner ever since I made that fucking logo.
Wow. All
Right
right.
there. Where is it? Right there.
That's wild. I have no idea if I would recognize you without the beard.
You wouldn't. I could walk right out. I could walk right past you.
How long does it take to grow back? To get to that length, how long do you think it'll take you?
Half hour. I don't know. 2 weeks, maybe something like that.
Who knows? We will see
Yeah.
just how Green Bean looks come July. Will he look like
Yeah,
this?
I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling it, man.
Damn.
I'm ready. You know what I want to do? I want to dip myself in fucking wax and look like those guys on Prometheus. You ever see that Alien Prometheus movie?
I have.
No.
It's a great movie.
Like the engineers,
It's the
or whatever, the creators.
Yeah, it's like the prequel to Alien. Really?
Yeah, show Brian. Find a picture of Prometheus real quick.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Are you talking
This is what
about
I wanna
like
look
the
like,
big
Matt.
blue guy?
Just for a couple months.
Just for a minute.
Let's see if I could find. Are you talking about like
I'm
the
tired.
the ripped guy?
No, the engineer, like the creators. I think they're called the engineers. I only saw the movie once early too.
It can't be that guy because he's not like slimy or anything. He's like ripped. Talking about this guy?
No, it's just yeah, that's it. But can you show his whole body? That's what I want to look like, man.
All right, let's
I want to
see.
dip myself in a vat of wax. Just have somebody fucking rip it off.
This
right
is
there.
actually what green bean looks like.
Well, it's gonna be a little stretch. I mean, I got it. You know, I got some work to do, but but that's what I'm going for.
All right.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I'm in.
If you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars.
Yeah, I got work to do. I started hitting the gym though again, so I'm on the right course. I'm on the right path.
What did I do? Now it's saying saying I'm back on here. It gave me like a.
That guy's ripped, man. Holy shit! I had no idea. I don't know. I remembered him being skinny,
No,
like
he's
Justin Fields. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
He is. jacked.
Everybody's skinny when you're fat. I lost like 38 pounds. I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since like 2007.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm depressed. I don't eat.
I'm
doing
stressed
that.
and I don't eat.
Pounds.
What are you doing?
It's like Ozempic, but it's not like Zepbound. I'm telling you, I got to remind myself to eat, dude. I drink shakes all day. I'll tell you what. I ate 1 bite of chicken and 2 pita chips all day today. And I had 2 like 20 milligram super shakes, 20 milligram protein super shakes. That's it. I can't eat any. But I'm going to the gym. So we'll see. Shave my face.
New bean.
Gonna get younger. I'm working on winding the clock back, I think. I don't know.
There you go. Hey, I support it.
Thanks, man.
I still don't want to see you shave the beard because I really like the beard, but I'm more than willing to watch it happen. If you shave the beard,
Yeah,
I'll
send you a
shave
picture.
all my stuff and I'll just leave a mustache for the first stream.
There you go.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll probably have it back by the time we come live. you know?
Matt, any last words for our panel?
I'm gonna miss this, but it's a well-deserved and much-needed break for us. Excited to have some, and then it'll be time for training camp. It's gonna come quick.
It comes at us fast. Boys and girls, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you this season, throughout the off season, and we're looking forward to another great season on Talkin' Jets. We've got end of July is when we'll be coming back. Like I said, we'll pop in and do a few little things here and there over the course of the next 2 months or 3 months or so, just to fulfill some responsibilities. And then who knows? Maybe we'll scramble it up a little bit. Maybe we'll do like some call-ins or something. Get a little off-season action as news pops up. But consistent programming will come back end of July. Keep an eye out for our group buy notices. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. I think if you go over to talkinjets.com, there should be an email list that you can sign up for. We will blast that email list out for our group buy tickets. It will be first come, first serve. So make sure you keep an eye out for all of that. Boys and girls, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and every night. We'll see you in the future at some point. This is Talkin' Jets signing off. JETS.
Just go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you going to blame the defense?
I got the pouch. Screw green bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
And that's the other part of it, is that people are insanely jealous of this show. This show gets the best of the best, and it does it a different way, with positivity.
He scores!
Ow, my head. No, come on.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk thumbs, boys and girls.
Freeze run.
Jets!
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Green Bean.
Jets, Jets!